Hello and welcome to another Baggie Brothers video. We're talking all things Albion and we're having a post-match chat following our 5-0 loss to Man City at home. I mean, we had a little chat before we started filming this talking about, how are we going to even address this? Are we going to just be honest, try and have a bit of a laugh, think of distractions? We're obviously going to talk about the game.
Yeah, we've got to. That's what we're trying to do.
So we've imposed this role on ourselves to discuss West Brom's football matches. So we'll have a chat about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out there. First 3 minutes, we looked awesome.
We were class.
First 3 minutes, I thought this is one of the best games of football I've seen. We were forward. We had a chance from a J within the first 2 minutes. I was thinking, this is looking promising.
We looked solid at the back because the ball hadn't gone back there.
Yeah, there was no. They hadn't even been in our half. So
no. And I don't think they even touched the ball.
No,
not really.
So statistically, for the first 3 minutes, we were probably the best team in the Premier League.
I think so. Yeah.
So think about that for a second before we get into.
Let that sink in.
Before we start talking about the next
87 minutes
of football, which, I mean, let's face it, nobody enjoyed watching unless you were a City fan.
Even a neutral, I suppose, because of the goals.
Yeah, but, let's also get this out of the way. The first 4 goals, incredible.
They were amazing, yeah.
Not going to sit here and I'm not going to have a single bad word to say about the way Man City played. They're obviously a world-class team.
Yeah.
They've got the money to make themselves be like that. They've got a quality squad, and they showed their class in the first half and throughout most of the second, to be honest. But I guess we've got to get into. We've got to get into it.
First thing, I thought Sam Johnson made an amazing save. Bill Foden shot at 0-0. It was an incredible hand to that.
To be fair, ads, I don't think you needed to add the caveat at 0-0, or maybe you did because
it was 0-0.
For a brief moment. It was 0-0.
Yeah,
it was a fantastic save. Managed to tip it. Was it just managed to tip it just onto the post and then?
Yeah, just round the post. Yeah, it's great. I thought it was in. I thought that is a goal. And the way Foden's been playing recently at the weekend, I watched that game and he ran the show. I thought that's a certain goal, but no, Johnson got down to it. And I don't think Johnson's one of the ones that can. None of the goals were his fault. They were just sublime, weren't they? So
I think it was one of them. Obviously, things were going really well for us, and then as soon as they count, I was thinking, well, here we go. That was fun while it lasted.
It was,
and they got the ball out to Foden. I was thinking, he's going to shoot, and it's probably going to go in. But obviously, Johnson played well. Got a good save on him, and then Gundogan scored. Even, and
kind of went downhill from there, didn't it?
It was a bit of a downer. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as he scored that, I was thinking, "Oh, that's not good." And obviously, good. Last time we played against them, we drew 1-1. So I was thinking, well, let's not lose hope. That was
not just yet. No,
here's a goal.
And even the way we've been playing recently, we obviously played well against Wolves, and we played okay against West Ham.
Yeah, so there were reasons to be optimistic still at that point. Yeah, pretty much as soon as Gundogan scored, it was defensive duties time. Then we had the weird not offside, was it offside goal, which wasn't offside clearly because they did a VAR check.
Yeah, but as a player, as a kid, you're taught to play to the whistle. You don't.
Yeah, I was just about to say the exact same thing.
You don't just stand there and do that, do you? You play to the whistle and
you put your hand up to call for it. I completely understand that. And I mean, is there any blame to possibly be put on the lines person? She puts her flag up, but the whistle doesn't go.
Because the whistle hasn't gone. No, the whistle hasn't gone.
So players that were all going, but she's done
that. Yeah, but she ain't in charge.
Yeah, I haven't blown my whistle. Keep going. And then, Christ, Cancelo's goal.
It was a great goal. Yeah, lovely.
What a peach. But you could see that the concentration sort of dipped as soon as they thought, yeah, it's offside. Don't worry, we don't need to defend. Oh, it's a goal. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Kind of set the mood, didn't it, then, for the rest of the game?
And then Gundogan's second goal.
Your best mate.
Do you know what? I made a point. I made a point to myself today that I'm not going to point fingers just at Sawyers. I'm going to make a point today to not sit and blame him for him being lazy or anything he does weird or wrong in the game. But then as soon as that happened, I thought I'm deleting that line because
it was just poor, mate.
Jesus Christ. Talk about weird defending tactics, like championship tactics. Like they're all heading the ball back and forth. Like Grant heads it to, I think it might have been a Jay or O'Shea, and then he heads it forward, and then it falls to not O'Shea, it falls to Sawyers, sorry, and he gets a head on it, fine, and then he tries to sort of control it. I can see what he's doing, but then obviously he's got Gundogan who's like inside him. That's how close he is, sorry, but he's like that, and then just gets round him, grabs the ball, bangs in his second goal, and you got to kind of think
it was just poor, mate. It was just so poor, really poor. Why he chested it twice? Why you only need to chest it once and then just hoof it away?
Yeah, just get rid of it.
You need to do.
And it was more for me. And I didn't notice this until the replays at halftime. It was he lost the ball, and again, there's a bit of me that can kind of excuse losing the ball. Probably not in that area, but I can excuse losing the ball. Again, we're playing a team like Man City. They're tenacious. They're
one of the best in the world. They're
one of the best teams in the world, and they played like Barcelona in their prime tonight. So it was no wonder like you would get a bit nervy probably around them. But he lost the ball, and then it was just standing there. He was standing there, just watching everything play out. And I don't know if he was trying to get tips on how to be a good footballer, but absolutely not.
Yeah. No,
so totally. We had a few chances that were wasted as well in the first half. We had a Robinson chance, we had the Jay chance we mentioned. Snodgrass tried putting in a couple of crosses, but they were both a bit shit.
Oh no.
Livermore giving the ball away.
Livermore, well, yeah.
I can see with Livermore that there's a passion behind him, and he cares, and you can see that he's working his ass off. But I just don't think he hasn't got the quality anymore.
No, he's not, and he's lost that yard of pace that he had, which used to get him out of trouble. So if he lost the ball, he'd be able to run and close them down. Sawyers has never had that. So having both of them in the middle today, when Conor Gallagher's on the bench, we've just sold Harper, who's one of our up and coming talents at the club.
Yeah, just pinged him out.
We've let Kravinovic go back. Oh, I know. Yeah, those two are going to fucking do brilliant for us the rest of the season, aren't they?
Yeah. Again, it's remarkable that, and I know we speak a lot about him, but you've got someone like Sam Field on the bench who
would give his all for the shirt, and he would.
I've always been impressed by his performances. I've always thought he's played well, and I've always wanted to see more of him.
Yeah, he's not the best technically. Yes, he's not got that amazing pass like Pereira can play, but he'll do all the dirty work that others don't want to in that area. He won't get a man of the match because he'll do the stuff that everyone won't see, is like the glory boy or whatever else.
Yeah,
but he does all the dirty stuff that you need in the middle of that pitch, like a Roy Keane used to do.
Yeah.
He didn't get any plaudits around Scholes, Beckham, Giggs, and all the other world-class players they had, but he was still one of the best midfielders in that team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you got to look at some of Sam's tactics in terms of the starting lineup. And
the starting lineup was very surprising in a few areas.
I don't know why we've gone for a back four against City, because if you're going to go for a back four, surely that means you're trying to be more attacking, and we weren't attacking at all.
Yeah.
As soon as we switched to the back five, though, second half, I thought we did look a bit better. So, lineup wise, why isn't Bartley starting? He's been one of our best centre backs at the minute. And him and Ajay have been playing really well together, I thought.
Yeah, especially the last couple of games.
Obviously, I know Furlong hasn't played and he hasn't come in, and obviously maybe you wanted to bring him in and move O'Shea to centre back, but that's disrupting what's been there for the last 2 games. And surely you need a bit of consistency in the heart of defence anyway, to know who you're going to be working with. And it's like I say, it's worked well with the Jay and Bartley recently. So that was a shock. Krzyzewski, not even to be included in the squad, and I dropped you a message about this.
Yeah,
but apparently it was the last 2 games of him starting was to get him basically in the firing line to see who wants to come and buy him, to show him he's still available.
Yeah,
and if that's the case, and he's just been left, that's it now, we ain't going to see him again. That's poor, because he was one of our best players, I thought.
Yeah, the last 2 games, he was one of the people I was happy to see in the squad, and the shake-up of putting him in actually sort of did us some favours, and he was obviously someone who was willing to fight at this
Yeah.
level and put in some effort.
You also got Kylan Grant coming into the team, who's been out with an injury, which he's come back early from, which is great for us, obviously, because we needed a striker up front.
Yeah.
But he plays him out on the left and he plays Robinson up top, where you'd have thought the roles would have been switched.
Around, but no.
Yep. And like we say, Livermore and Sawyer's in the centre midfield. I know Gallagher hasn't been in the best of forms, but he's still been one of our best players this season.
He has been one of our best players, and I think,
and you can't say he's not. Even over the last 2 games, he hasn't been as bad as Sawyer's.
No, I think there has been a decline in Gallagher's form since Sam came in.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's because of Sam wants to set the team up to play in a way that doesn't favour Gallagher as a player. But yeah, it's strange. We also haven't even touched on the just world-class clearance from our left back, Gibbs. Absolutely scuffed clearance. Boots it pretty much just up instead of out, which leads to Mahrez's goal.
Yeah, and for me, Gibbs didn't look interested at all.
Yeah,
he just looked like he didn't give a shit.
He looked like he'd zoned out, didn't he?
I mean, Bilic wanted to get rid of him in the summer.
Yeah.
So
again, you'd think bringing in a new manager might be a reason to, feel like, okay, I've got to earn my place. Got to get back in the squad. Yeah, it was the first half was just bizarre. Really, it was really disappointing. It was to watch, and it was, just a difficult half to sort of be a West Brom fan for. We've already had it this season, in a few games where we've just got absolutely hammered. But yeah, just something about today.
And at home again.
It felt difficult to watch today because of the fact that we'd had 2 games where things were things were looking positive, and one where it was like there were positives to take. I can't think of any positives today. The only one I could possibly think was Ajayi looked all right. And,
go on.
Robinson looked all right as well. But
I've got one positive from the game.
Go on.
We haven't got to play Man City again this season.
That's a good one. I didn't think of that. Or
no, we're out of all the cups, so
that's a good point. Yeah, we're out unless they make up some rule that we have to play all the teams we lost to by 5 again, because there's 3 of them, 4 teams.
I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, that is the one positive.
That is a huge positive.
We haven't got to play City again.
That is a big positive. That's one of the top teams in the league dealt with in terms of fixtures. But again,
second half, I think we did better, didn't we?
Second half we did better, but
there was still
price. What are you improving from?
No, I know. You couldn't get much worse, could you?
Yeah.
So
yeah, there was improvement, but it wasn't enough really for me. There just wasn't enough fight.
No, there wasn't
in our players. Like people like Sawyers and Gibbs. I think they've just lost interest in playing for us, and I do think there's that we as fans are partly to blame a little bit for that, because of obviously us reacting in this sort of way. We do these videos or we post on Twitter and Instagram about how frustrated we are, but I don't think we do it as a because we want to point fingers and be like, for fuck's sake, you're shit. It's more of a, come on, like, you're playing for the team we love. Like, play like you love them, like we do.
Yeah, I know. And
it's just frustrating.
I know. And since when we spoke to Paul Robinson, obviously in that great interview we had with him,
Charmo, another plugger.
Yeah, but no, speaking to him about it, and then hearing his views from when the media and everyone else speak about him, and now he said social media, and us sort of guys who go and do reviews after games. Yeah, you do think about it and you think, oh shit, I don't want to go and hammer him, because I don't want him to watch this and then maybe be depressed or whatever else about it. But fact of the matter is, you're not putting your all into that shirt. So
yeah, like losing with fight is very different to losing the way we lost today. If we'd gone out there and we'd been just a nightmare for Man City, but we'd lost 5-0, we'd both probably be thinking, yeah, we looked quite good actually. Like, it's annoying that we lost because we actually looked all right. But yeah, players' heads just going after probably the second goal because of the offside, and then just all
downhill from there, wasn't it? Really,
The subs were fucking bizarre
I
today.
didn't get that either from Sam.
The subs were ridiculous. Bartley, I understand bringing him on, but for
Yeah.
Robinson, the one player who is
That's been
running around
brilliant.
like a
I
blew
know.
up fly for us, why are
I
you
know,
taking the guy off that's trying to get the goals? Take off Sawyers walking around and not trying. Take him. How the fuck has he got 270 minutes in 3 games? How?
It wouldn't be long till I saw this side of Dan about Sawyers. Just had to open him up a little bit.
But the thing is, as well, you have to realise at this point, it's not just about Sawyers.
No, it's not.
It's not just about Sawyers. How is Livermore getting the minutes? How is he sitting there on the bench with his arms folded, chewing his gum, sitting there going, yeah, this is the best I've got to work with. When he's got, the likes of Bartley and Gallagher sitting next to him on the bench, who should be starting. They shouldn't be on a bench. They should be in the starting lineup. He's got the likes of Grzycki, who he's trying to shift into who should be starting.
Do you know if Dean Garner's injured? Just out of a little off topic.
I have no idea, but
he just said he was unavailable for us.
Where the fuck is he? Because again, arguably one of our better players. I know he's been ropey, but no one's been fucking solid in this team really this whole season, bar maybe Johnson.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the subs just really I think that was kind of that was it for me really. That was when my attention went at halftime when I saw Bartley for Robinson. I was thinking, okay, cool.
Well, we messaged each other at halftime, didn't we? And then we had a little chat about it as well. Yeah. Robinson was struggling up top to hold the ball up. What I said, why don't you bring someone like Robson Kanu on?
Yeah,
he can hold the ball and then hopefully bring players into the game.
Yeah,
that's what he did. That's one option. You mentioned about Ajay even moving into holding midfield role.
Well, this is something I'm going to get onto you in a minute.
Oh, go on.
About because instead of really paying attention to the game in the second half, I was racking because what was there to watch?
No.
There was nothing. Even watching the game, even though we were losing, there was no part of me that was like, okay, comeback's on, or well, we might get a goal, or we're defending well. I was just thinking, yeah, fine, they'll get another goal and that's it. Yeah. It'll fizzle out. But I spent my time trying to think of ways to improve our first team based on what we have or what we don't have. And I know obviously they're still trying to sign some players in. We've got another week or so of they're trying to sign some players. We've got a week or so before they can do it. They should be trying to sign players. But I was trying to think of ways to sort of mix up the team. And the first point I'll make to you, and I said it to you at halftime, I'm saying it again for the courtesy of our viewers, drop Sawyers, possibly drop Livermore as well, bring Gallagher in, and possibly push a J to midfield. My reasoning behind that, obviously we know how good Gallagher can be on his day, but a J, every game, a J pushes forward. At some point, a J goes past that halfway line, which isn't, dare I say, typical of a centre-back. Like, at most when attacking plays happen, they're probably just sort of lingering on the halfway line, ready for that counter-attack. But a J, there have been times this season where he's like got the ball and he's gone on a run. And he's been forward. And, sometimes, and when you see he's obviously asked one of our centre-backs, you sit there and go, the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah.
Why are you going forward? You're going to get a nosebleed. Get back. Yeah. But, obviously, he can play midfield.
Yeah. I think I heard he played that. Yeah, I think I heard he played that for Rotherham for a bit.
Yeah, so give him a go in midfield. Fucking Christ, can't be worse than what is currently happening in the squad. So midfield 3, Snodgrass and Ajay with Gallagher just sitting, not attacking, but just in front of them to sort of support that attacking play, working with the likes of Pereira, Robinson, Diangana, Grant, etc. going forward. That's my first offering. And then you think about, well, what's the centre-back scenario? What do you do there then? Well, obviously you've got Bartley. Bring Bartley in, put Bartley and O'Shea at centre-back, and even have Ajay as that kind of, maybe as a DM, where when we're going forward, he sits in midfield. So we've got a 3 in midfield. When we're defending, he slots straight back into centre-back, and we have a 3 at the back with 2 wing-backs.
Yeah.
5 at the back when we're defending, 4 at the back when we're...
So like a Makaleli type player. Or
kind of,
yeah.
Or, I trying to think of other players in the Prem that are similar to
Kante.
Like Kante, or like Henderson's been a little bit for Liverpool. Just someone that just drops in when we're defending, and then helps drive forward when they're going. Because there were a few times a day where I thought Ajay was playing some amazing passes.
Yeah.
Absolutely worldy pings.
Yeah. We've also got like Kipper as well.
And we've also got the likes of Kipper. It's a very good point. You can bring in Kipper and get him some experience. Again, I know we've got the likes of Ivanovic, but no, thank you.
No. But yeah, I'd give Kipper a go. See what he's about. See if he can do it.
Absolutely.
Why not?
That's my first suggestion. That's my first suggestion. Thoughts on that suggestion to fix in as a midfield solution?
No, I think it's a good option, mate. I think that's a really good option. And Ajay has proven that he is dangerous going forward as well, with obviously the goals he's been scoring.
Yeah.
So if we are going forward, he can go forward with them, can't he? And get more numbers in the box. No, that's a good option.
That's my option number 1. Option number 2, or suggestion number 2, I should say. Bring Townsend back into the squad as soon as we can.
Well, he was on the bench tonight. He wasn't quite fit enough from what Sam's conference was. He is back in training, so I'm hopeful he will be. Yeah,
because we've spoken about it. Obviously, like at the start of the season, Gibbs would have been my first choice. Looked kind of all right. Then he got sent off against Everton, and there was a bit of me that was like, "Wow, can't believe you've done that."
Yeah,
can't believe you've done this. I'm just sitting there thinking, "Great, well that's our defense."
You've ruined that game, yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, but then Townsend came in, and I know Townsend not exactly one of the best left backs in the league, but he played really well. He was good going forward. He's good defending, and like we've been talking about today, he was one of those players that tried
and gave
his hardest and gave his best for the team, which as fans we appreciate.
Yeah, also do. Yeah, no, 100%. If I'd have Townsend in next game, if he's fit enough and if he can do it, yeah. I don't want to rush him back and obviously him get injured again and it not to. So take the time with him. But yeah, as soon as he is fully fit, he is our number 1 left back. And I'm surprised we're saying that because, like you, I thought Gibbs was our number 1 and Townsend was average at best. But he really did start shining, and he really did prove that he had that left back position nailed on.
Yeah.
He was probably one of the first names. Yeah, he was one of the first names on the team sheet, wasn't he?
Yeah, if he hadn't got injured, I would have played him every week,
every
match.
Yeah,
maybe the lower league teams give some match fitness. And then option number 3, I think this one is a very obvious and clear one to everyone watching, but sign a striker who knows where the fucking goal is.
Yeah, that would be a good
I know we're rumoured with a bunch of people. I think Ahmed Musa's been training with us.
Well, apparently there's 2 rumours that I've seen go out. Apparently he was going to be starting training on Monday, which I posted then because I saw it and I thought, oh, okay, that must be true. He's coming on Monday. But then another one was about his visa. He was having problems with that, so he was going to be coming into the club on Wednesday to start training. But he is apparently imminent.
Okay. Well, I look forward.
And he's a free
because he's an option.
He's a free transfer as well. So
yeah.
And then we've been linked with every man and his dog, haven't we? Then Teke, obviously, we've been linked with Lingard recently. I don't know where we're getting all this wages from because
well, we're offloading, aren't we? We're trying to get rid of the likes of Grzycki, and we got rid of Kravinovic. Maybe they're making some space in the finances to bring in one player that can fix everything for us.
The worrying thing was Sam was saying he definitely wants 4. He wants 4 at the start of January, and now he's saying I'll be happy if we can get 2. And that's
he's already got 1.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so not good. So he's just going to go for one more player.
So we've got one more player to come in, hopefully.
Here comes freaking Dean Windass's son, doesn't it?
Josh Windass. No,
I like Josh Windass. I'm not going to criticize him. I like him. I've seen him on a couple of Soccer AM things. He seems like a nice guy, but not at this level. Sign someone who can find the net with consistency. Yeah. So those would be my suggestions to try and fix the team. Sam, if you for some reason ever end up seeing this
or giving a shit about the club,
well, maybe. But if he ever finds out that this video exists, watches it, test them out in the next game. If they work out, don't worry about it. Keep them to yourself.
Test Field.
If it goes wrong, point fingers at me. I don't mind. Give Field a fucking chance.
Yeah, give Field a go. Even Edwards was on the bench tonight as well again.
That's someone else I know.
Chuck him on.
Just bring them on. What is the worst that's going to happen?
Exactly.
When you like, if it was tight and it was a 0-0 at halftime and we were just whittling down that second half, I'd understand him being like, right, we are going defensive as hell. But when we're 4-0 down, just bring on the kids.
What's the worst that can happen? Our goal difference is that bad now that there's no point relying on goal difference. We have to rely on points to stay up. There's no point even looking at the goal difference because we're never going to make them back up.
Do you want to know something else that's kind of horrible? And I don't know if we're ending on this, so this is going to be a cheery thing, but we conceded 22 goals in the last 5 matches at home. That's a lot, isn't it?
Oof. Yeah, that is a lot.
That's a lot. 3 5-0 or 3 5-0s or 2 5-0s and a 5-1. A 4-0 and a 3-1. Was it 3-0 against Villa? 3-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever it was,
yeah.
We've conceded 22 goals in the last 5 matches at home.
Yeah,
we've scored 1.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
That sucks.
Our home form is poor. It is really poor. And obviously up next it's Fulham, isn't it? I think we've got, is it?
Which I'm not. I get now. I'm kind of at a point where I just don't look forward to any of them. Don't look forward to the game.
Well, no, the next few are winnable. I'm just getting it up now.
Adam, do you remember at the start of the season?
They're winnable.
Do you remember at the start of the season when we sat here and we talked about, yeah, we've got a couple of games up. They could be winnable. Southampton's probably winnable. Yeah, we'd do all right against them. And we're sitting looking at the first 5 games. I reckon we could probably, like naive children, like idiots, like absolute tossers sitting there going, I reckon we could probably get maybe 6 or 7 points out of these games. And look what happened. I am not optimistic about any of these games anymore. I'm not sitting here going, well, we could win them.
So yeah, next up we've got Fulham at home.
Yeah.
So we need to, and then Sheffield United. So we need to improve our home form for that game. But that is one we've got to go out and we've got to win.
I think we need 6 points from the next 2 games.
100%.
Or that is nailing the coffin in the season.
Yeah, 100%.
Dare I say it, probably would be Sam leaving as well.
Oh, do you think?
There's a bit of me that could see it happening. I could see Sam leaving after the way things have gone. Like I was scrolling on West Brom's Facebook page, looking through some of the comments on their little post, obviously 5-0, and looking at a few things. And someone was talking about Sam Allardyce is making Pardew look like a good appointment.
He is, yeah.
So Pardew was fucking rubbish if you've forgotten what he was like. Anyone, but
awful.
So. Yeah, I mean, for Sam's sanity, dignity, anything-ity, just, go, leave, mate, because he should. If we lose the next 2 games, he should leave.
If we lose...
But for him, I'm not thinking for us. I'm not thinking because it will benefit us. He should leave for himself because his record will be completely tarred by a dirty little West Bromwich Albion stain right at the bottom. He's kept all these teams that were fucking shit in the Premier League and then us.
Well, that's what happens when you take on your boyhood club's rivals team.
Is it?
Well, he was a Wolves fan, wasn't he?
I know he's a Wolves fan, but I didn't know was that a rule?
I don't know if it's a rule.
Oh, okay. If you manage your opponent's team, you have to get...
Look, let's be honest.
Trying to get us relegated. Conspiracy theory time. West Bromwich Albion conspiracy theory time.
He has only done this for one last payoff. That is 100%.
Well, he gets 10 mil if he keeps us up.
Yeah, I know. So that's the only reason he's doing this. He's not doing it because he loves the club. He thinks he wants to grow it and everything else. So, yeah.
British Football Managers Club.
Yeah.
Atletico Mints. Check it out. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah,
exactly what it is.
I know. What can we finish on a high? Go and check out our TikTok page. We're going to give it a go.
Do it. Give it a plug, Christ.
Give it a plug. Come on. We're going to give it a go for a month, see how it goes, see if we get much interest on it. I've put a couple of funny ones up and a couple of like throwbacks to Regis's days and scoring goals and the Great Escape videos. So go give it a watch.
Yeah, I'll put links to the TikTok and all the socials, obviously, in our description and on the screen. And thank you very much for watching. If you have, click that comment button and type in some thoughts on
Keep
what
your heads up.
help improve the team. If there is any way you could polish a turd, click the subscribe button because that helps us out. Click the like button because that really helps us out. I guess we'll see you after the Fulham game.